Well, I didn't think we'd be treated to a 7-minute trailer today, but apparently that's how long the Sims 4 Businesses and Hobbies official gameplay trailer is. So we are going to get into that, but really quickly before we do, I know that there is a really big glitch and a huge error going on in the game right now with basically, I think it's exasperated buy for rent. Not everyone is affected by it. However, the bigger your saves are, the more at risk you are. So it's definitely affecting a lot of legacy players. I don't know if I'm currently experiencing it in my own legacy, but what it does is it slowly over time basically just eradicates your save files. So it will start to remove objects. It will then also start to remove townies and also houses from your save file, as far as I know. I am aware of this. I do want to do a dedicated video towards it. That's probably gonna be on Friday. And I also want to try and get as much information as possible. I want to actually go through the forums. I want to see what can potentially cause this issue, what we can do as players to prevent this issue from happening. But I know that it's a really, really big issue right now. And a lot of people's saves are going to be at risk of it. So don't think that I'm ignoring it for new content. I obviously did want to react to the gameplay trailer. I'm just trying to get the most information that I possibly can to make you all aware of as much information on the bug as possible. Simmer Erin actually already has a video about this. I've been just trying to focus on the news that I've missed out on whilst I've been away, which is why I am a little behind, but I'm actually going to link Erin's video down in the description below. So if you want that information straight away, feel free to go check out Erin's video. And then also I will link to the actual report that was by Crin. There are a couple of solution suggestions, but I really do think a fix needs to be coming from EA ASAP, because the workarounds are try to delete lots and stuff like that, and it does seem to be a save corruption and it can't really be fixed by a lot of stuff other than maybe potentially if you have a backup from before the bug appears, but it seems to work under the hood for a while. So even then you could potentially have a save from 6 months ago that could have technically been affected. Like I said, I'm going to try and compile as much information on this as possible and have a dedicated video up to it, but I obviously didn't want to focus on oh, a new pack when a lot of people are suffering with this issue, and I don't even know if my own personal legacy save file is also slowly eroding away and being corrupted. I wouldn't be shocked with the amount of bugs and glitches that I've had in that save file. Ivestad is one of the they have the Little Mermaid statue. I love that they have a little bit of Denmark in there. Hobby meetups. Lo and behold, would you believe it's another festival? There's also not a space. I guess you could. No, these are going to happen out in the town square. They've been doing this a lot recently. We obviously had that in Life and Death as well, where the lawyer will just sit outside. Let's have a cheeky little look at which pieces he can actually make. Round vase, plant pot, candle lantern, cake stand. I again hope the cake stand actually works this time around, unlike the one we got in that kit. Oil burner. Oh wait, he's pottery level 10. So it is a level 10 skill. And then you can use the kiln, and there's a bunch of different glazes that you can put on it, and then he can fire it. It is just a swipe. I do miss the better interactions that we had in The Sims 2. The stuff that actually looked like a sim was taking part in the activity, when they actually used to grab a plate and stuff like that. Because I noticed this, especially I have a video coming up where I'm going to be playing the new event, and they use so much language, but they don't actually show it off in the game whatsoever, which I just think is so silly. I can't believe that there are gonks in the game. They're truly haunting me. I absolutely love this cardigan. So she has a pottery shop called Terra Potter. Build Neon is a tattoo parlor. The Rouge Note is a lounge. Okay, So you can run like base game businesses. The sim is clearly just chilling in a little lounge. Const Modern, which is a museum. Why anyone would want to run a museum in The Sims 4 is beyond me. Museums, hands down, one of the most boring places in the entire game. That says a bakery stall, so I feel like there's definitely some cross pack that you can have here, which I did expect from a pack like this. I do expect that like all the hobbies you can actually like create businesses on.
Popular bakery stall.
Ooh, that's interesting. Like you can have your own like stall, because that looked like just a food stall that just like crops up. I wonder if you can maybe claim those as one of your own, or you can now just buy them and like put them in your inventory like you can like a selling table. Wouldn't be shocking, honestly, after we did get Home Chef Hustle, because that's basically a stall in itself. So this is a little cat cafe. That is the biggest lollipop I have ever seen in my life.
Had live music and sold interesting art.
Ooh, I like that upright piano.
Oh, cute.
That lolly is huge. Why is it so big? Okay, very sweet treats. So this is a residential small business, which means that a sim is living on top of it. You can kind of see like a fridge up here, and then this is probably like a bedroom, and then this is a sweet shop on the lower level. I do kind of hope that you can still do this with restaurants. Obviously, restaurants aren't gonna be like a small business, but I do hope that you can actually like live above a restaurant, because I know people have been wanting that in Dine Out for so long. Or a retail shop from like Get to Work if you want to use like the old system over this new one. Business preset, bar, gym, library, lounge, museum, nightclub, park, pool, pottery studio, shop, or tattoo parlor. So shop is really gonna be like Get to Work. I feel like that is a full-on like retail system, and I will say some of it does feel very similar. Like the fact that you can just put art up and people can purchase it. Like even the little label that we saw looked like a sim purchasing it. It's just that it feels like you maybe don't have to interact as much as you do in Get to Work. In Get to Work, you actually have to like ring up the customer, which I'm assuming the little like tablet helps with that. All things grilled cheese, attend classes and lectures, bathe and shower, be friendly, be funny, be mean. So it's kind of a mix of get together as well, because these are kind of like group activities that you can do, but then these are activities that you're, I think, trying to like encourage your customers to take part in. Play an instrument, play guitar, play piano, browse and buy items, watch live entertainment, and then get tattooed. You can set an entrance fee and then just a price modifier, which I'm sure works like Get to Work.
You can choose the logo and name for your business.
Kind of works like Home Chef Hustle. It just seems to be like a lot of stuff that they've had in past packs, and they've kind of just like taken what works in those packs and like put it into this one in a bigger system. Does that mean it's gonna feel different enough for those people who actually do own those other packs, or is it just gonna feel like a regurgitation? Not only criminals.
You're able to hire up to 3 to work for you. Assign tasks.
Ooh, I like that, because in Get to Work, you can only really choose like one thing for them to do. Like they can, and then like cats and dogs with vets as well. Whereas up to this one, they can have like 5 different activities that you want them to take part in. That's nice. So I'm assuming this is like repairing objects, making grilled cheese, and then giving like lectures or classes, and they can be paid different amounts. That was a new trait that we just saw, the shady trait. I feel like that might have a potential to tie into maybe the little raccoon shady character that we've been seeing. Ooh, these trousers are stunning. Esteemed entrepreneur. Oh, that's a new aspiration. This looks like it works like Dine Out and Vet, where you can kind of see how a customer is feeling about stuff. If it's a green, I'm assuming that means like they're pretty happy, like their tasks are being done or something like that. And then it looks like you can go up in your ranking, the same as Vets, the same as Dine Out. I will say 5-star Vets has basically been broken. It's really, really difficult to get up. And whilst I do like difficulty and I do like being able to like work towards something for like a while, It did just feel like Vets was kind of broken when I last played it, and 5 stars just like wasn't doable at all. I'm hoping that that's not the same in this new pack. So this is the Business Renown, and then you earn perk points, which Get to Work does actually have perks, but it's definitely not set up in this way. This looks more like the Get Famous like celebrity perks and quirks. The Dreamer, the Neutral, and the Schemer categories. I'm going to assume this one is the Schemer, and then this one is the Dreamer, and then this is Neutral. Open to barter, so that might be a good one because he had the little like plus sign. Invest in Simmer, not us having Bitcoin. Oh no. I mean, it's better than having like Simcoin in real life or The Sims partaking in, what are the little images called? I can't remember, but I'm so glad The Sims never ever got into those. A fire starter? Not as just being able to have false insurance claims. That's so funny. No wonder he was like, I am open to serving criminals, because he is also a criminal. She knew that he was being a fraudster. She was like, I'm gonna divorce you. Accidentally light on fire. Transfer so bad it's good tattoo. Oh, so that's like transferring your business. Disable bartering. Post fake endorsements. Buy a small business venue lot. It was only worth 1,000 simoleons. Surely that should go off like how much the building costs and stuff like that. Like, I fear that should have been way more than 1,000 simoleons. Ooh, this is someone with nifty knitting. So clearly Vincent is like a level 10 in knitting. They have the big old jumper that you can make, and then they are doing a knitting lecture.
And create something enduring that can be passed on. Lectures are a free way to learn or teach new skills at any time.
A free way? Nah. I mean, good if they just crop up around the world and then you're like, yeah, I can learn this skill for free. But like, what if you're the one doing the lectures? I don't want that to be free.
You'll have different goals to complete as an attendee or a host.
Ooh, I like that. I wonder if this is actually a new event. Maybe if your sim that you're playing as that doesn't actually own a business, but if they go over to one and they have like one of these, you can just kind of like start a class, like start an event, which actually does open it up for community lots. So I'm hoping that that is the case. I still cannot believe how much this looks like it belongs in Basement Tool. If you know, you know. So lecture for 45 minutes. This is the sim who owns the business. So this is showing it from like the owner perspective, but mentor for 30 minutes. I'm assuming that means like you can click on a sim and then select to like mentor them individually, kind of like how the gym trainers do. So I guess you could now like run your own gym and actually be like a personal trainer, which is pretty sick. Discuss pottery techniques and craft a ceramic object. You know what I also think would be cool? I don't think it's going to come in this pack, but if you could actually just be hired by other sims, like say if you wanted to be a personal trainer, but you actually didn't want to like run all of the business, but you could just get them into like a place of employment. That I also think would be really, really cool, but I don't think it's coming in this pack. And I kind of now hope that it just like doesn't come, because it'll just feel like Get to Work 2.0, and then Get to Work 3.0. Ooh, hobby class unsuccessful. It was about as useful as being spat on by a llama. We got Vlad with a musical with a bunch of werewolves learning how to play the I forgot what it's called, the organ.
Focus on building their skills and passing on their expertise to others, with the help of a few perks they may have picked up along the way. Skill mastery perks.
Ooh, these are the skill mastery perks. Skill building is Jared's jam, where he can enter moments of serious focus where he won't have to worry about motives. Skillful sleep, an experienced sim like Jared can build skills in his sleep. Literally, Jared's projection can use most skill building objects whilst he rests. What? No, I don't want my Sims sleepwalking around and like using fecking knives on the kitchen sides. I just want them to be peacefully in their bed, just like learning skills as they go. No sleepwalking here. Sleepwalking has creeped me out since I was a little kid because my brother always used to sleepwalk and it used to give me nightmares off the back of him sleepwalking. Jared's experience allows him to increase the quality of objects with just one touch. Oh my god. That's kind of like perfecting a recipe or like zhuzhing up a recipe a little bit, which is what you can do sometimes, I think, when you are a certain skill in cooking, and it does kind of increase the quality. But now that you can do that on like everything, and then secret spice, Jared's experience allows him to increase the quality of food and drink. Oh yeah, there we go. That's technically what we already have in the game, right?
Elders can also bestow perks onto those younger than them.
Oh, so they can just, so that's what it was. I actually just thought it was inspiration. I actually thought this just meant like passing on like some of your skill so that a younger sim like jumped up in that skill, but it's actually passing on a perk, which is pretty OP.
Even if your first few tattoos leave something to be desired.
Imagine leaving a tattoo parlor with that on your back.
Taking the time to advance your skill will unlock different stamps, stencils, designs, and the ability to do touch-ups.
That's quite nice that a skill unlocks like different things that you can actually do.
Mental types might choose a tattoo in honor of a loved one.
Oh, you can request a dedication tattoo, and then you can choose not the face.
Oh, bud, no. Or have one removed. And switching gears here, great time to get a custom piece.
I don't like this. I still think that potentially the free movement of The Sims 3 tattoos could have been a little bit better. Don't get me wrong, sometimes it was janky. Sometimes if you like blew them up, they got really, really distorted. They didn't look too great, but I don't enjoy like the layering. Like I think it looks messy, and I think I just would have preferred like a kind of more free placement. Like I know technically you can just draw all your own tattoos, but realistically, like we're gonna have to have some really good like tattoo artists in the community to be able to have sleeves and stuff like that. Not the titty chandelier. So you can share your creations, which to be fair, a lot of these pigeon, there's so many of them. These are cool. The fact that you can share your tattoos on the gallery. Again, do not be afraid to report stuff. Anything hateful, derogatory, anything that is an attack on a minority, please report them. I would say even post about them online so that like more eyes can actually get on them and more people can report them, because I'm so scared that this is going to be misused. And I really, really hope that they are on it with removal from the gallery. I hope that the filters are good enough to be able to distinguish like hate symbols and things of that nature. What was that? Was that a new aspiration? Idealist, and then shady trait. That jacket was really cool. I don't want to go through and like look at all of the clothes like individually and stuff like that. I love those new glasses. Oh, and he aged up and now he's playing in the lounge. You know what? We just need a bands pack though. Actually, we do just need bands. So this is the target customer criteria. Obviously, this sim kind of chose like criminals, but the supervised customer makes me potentially think that you could start like a babysitting career in this pack. Like, what if that means that you can be like the caretaker of younger Sims? View collectibles, view art. I mean, they're kind of more for like a museum. I do like that you can have a mix and match of like all things. Stay near household Sims. This person said take care of little ones is an employee task, and I'm desperately trying to find it where it was. Care for little ones. Boom! Okay, you know what? I do think the more you use your imagination on this, it'll be actually fun when I get my hands on it to test what we can actually get up to. What businesses actually do work in the game. So if you have any suggestions for that, definitely let me know. If there's anything you want me to like test out cross-compatibility wise, or just in the base game. Obviously, if I do get early access, then I will just have the base game and the pack itself. But then obviously once I get my hands on the full release, once I pick it up for myself, I will be able to like play around with other things. So please do not hesitate to leave like your comments below. I'm also going to have a community post up like I usually do, asking about things you want to see from early access content if I do happen to get my hands on it. I still stand by the fact I don't think this is the hobbies pack that I personally wanted. I do like the small businesses side of things, and I do think it is taking a lot of systems that do actually work well and kind of expanding upon it. I do fear like still a lot of people are just gonna say like this is get to work, and I think again that's absolutely valid. I think if you personally can't see how you'll get more use out of this than you do with get to work, I personally do think it allows it to be a little deeper, but not everyone is gonna feel that way. I'm interested to get my hands on it and kind of see like where we can push it. I do, however, wish they had done more on the hobby side. I wish they had introduced more hobbies. I do potentially, weirdly, this might just be me holding out hope, think that we could be getting like a bands and like new instruments pack coming soon, and this kind of feels like a base of that, because I do feel like they've kind of worked on stuff previously in previous packs, and then they're like, okay, how can we take that system and like apply it? And this kind of feels like you could then apply it to different like band members and like planning a tour and stuff of that nature, but that might just be me holding out hope. I'm disappointed that there isn't more to do with like different types of sports, different types of like musical instruments. I'm sad that there's not like more hobbies. I was expecting like 4, 5, 6. I would have loved to have seen different like smaller gym equipment. I feel like that's always so ridiculous that we don't have smaller gym equipment, especially if you can now start up like your own little like home gym or like PT. I feel like there should be like movable actual objects that you can work out with, such as like dumbbells and the little like pull-up bars that you can have on doors. I also miss the ballet bar. I think dancing could have been looked at. There's a lot of hobbies I think they could have gone deeper with and also introduced more new ones. I also like the perks, but I don't think that works as well as like a talent or untalent system, and I really wish that that was kind of a thing that was introduced in this, and also the kind of like magazines and like hangouts that we had in The Sims 2 free time. So personally, I would have loved just a little bit more on the hobby side of stuff. I still find the title weird because the new hobbies are just really like stuff that you can do as a side hustle. Like I think like businesses and side hustles maybe would have been a better name for this. I would love to know if you notice anything that I maybe missed out on. This was 7 minutes, so I do apologize if there were like little things that I missed out on or didn't clock, but if you did notice them, feel free to leave them in the comments down below. I love when you guys notice stuff that I don't personally notice. Honestly, I feel like this kind of gave a little bit more detail into like how you actually ran things, but it didn't give like loads of detail that I felt I was missing from the original trailer. But I would love to hear all of your thoughts, of course. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and I will speak to you all in my next one. Bye now.